Today, we're looking at the profound capacity for individuals to surpass their own expectations concerning movement and mobility despite chronic muscular and joint pain. For those struggling with such ailments, the idea of progressing beyond cautionary self-imposed limits can seem daunting. However, what I've observed time and again is that the perceived boundaries of movement are not as rigid as one might believe. Individuals often enter my coaching sessions with a firm belief that they can't move beyond a certain point, a belief that their body is too fragile, too at risk. Yet, by the end of our time together, they achieve movements that, objectively speaking, come across as smooth and functional. It's almost like witnessing a metamorphosis where the cocoon of doubt unravels, revealing a surprising physical freedom. This brings us back to a stark realization: many of us are shackled, not by the limits of our bodies, but by the confines of our mental beliefs. Fear has a stronghold: fear of pain, fear of injury, and an ingrained assumption that our capacity for movement is forever diminished. These fears are predominantly based on past experiences which, while valid, are not unchangeable laws governing our present future. Now, imagine the precarious nature of this predicament. Someone has experienced pain upon moving in a certain way, which erects a mental barricade. This barricade then takes on the guise of an unbreakable barrier, self-limiting belief. For many, it's almost as if their mind has devised a dis-ease around the idea of movement. Yet, I am here to assert with conviction that this mental blockade can be dismantled. The reality is that most individuals are capable of moving and doing so elegantly. It's not a mere possibility, but a reality that awaits recognition and execution. How often have we seen a leap in mobility facilitated by a simple shift in perspective? How can individuals bridge this gap independently? The answer lies in intention and process. To conquer fear surrounding movement, one must engage in conscious, purposeful movement. There is a misconception that facing and overcoming fear can be achieved within a few moments, during a mere minute or two of movement, and that needs urgent correction. Time and patience are the cornerstones for dismantling the fortress of fear. Contemplate this: if you were to allocate a full hour to just one movement, be it a squat, a lunge, or another challenging motion, you grant yourself the opportunity to evolve through that movement thoughtfully. It's not about rapid repetition, but rather a slow, deliberate exploration of your physical capabilities. Instead of aiming for 3 sets of 10 squats, consider a single squat performed with meticulous attention to form, perhaps with the aid of a chair for support. This is not about reinforcing your existing patterns with more force and strain, but about attentively re-engineering your movements. During such an hour, you will likely encounter fears, old phantoms that whisper limitations and catastrophes. However, meet these fears with presence, not with resistance. Look at these fears squarely. Study their nature, determine their origins. Employ techniques that allow you to release these fears as you would exhale a breath held too long, simply, naturally. As the fear dissipates, delve deeper into the movement, improving and optimizing it. This methodology represents a stark contrast to what is often prescribed in traditional physiotherapy settings, where a list of exercises is executed with little personal engagement or reflection. That's akin to going through the motions without inhabiting the body. Instead, the approach to building mobility and confidence in your body must be dynamic, mindful, and fear-confronting. Remember, the human body possesses a remarkable ability for movement that may currently lie dormant under layers of distrust and apprehension. This is evident not just in clinical anecdotes, but empirical reality. Time and time again, clients who haven't moved in a certain way for years discover that they can. There are no special tricks here, merely the application of consistent, gradual practice. The primary message I wish to convey is that the journey towards mobility has always been possible. Individuals could always make those movements, that reach, that bend, any day within the years they believed otherwise. They possessed and continue to possess the ability. It is the ingrained negative beliefs originating from complex and varied places, possibly propagated by the broader medical narrative, that need unraveling. Let us conclude with a call to action. Choose a movement that elicits a degree of fear and confront it, not brashly, but with the wisdom of knowing that it requires time, patience, and a fresh perspective. Meet your fears, understand them, release them, and then move forward. That is how you achieve mobility, a mind-body symphony played out through thoughtful, reflective practice.